13 wants you to use the simple interest formula, which is I is equal to principal times rate times time. PRT, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. There you go. P times R times T. The principal, that's your dollar amount. The interest rate, that's your percentage. And the time is always in years, okay? So this one's simple. No pun intended. Simple interest. I'm so funny. All right. Our principal is our dollar amount, which is the $4,000. So I'm going to put 4,000 right here. And then I'm going to use parentheses to show my multiplication. Our interest rate is 8%. That's our R. But when you put it into the formula, you must change it from an 8% to its decimal form. Remember, you'll divide by 100. It'll move the decimal 2 places to the left. And then I'm going to use another set of parentheses for my time. And time is always in years. That's our T. And so I'll put a 3 right here. And at this point, it's between you and your calculator. Calculators are only as accurate as the individual who is operating it, so be careful. So take 4,000 times 0.08 times 3, and you should get 960, and we're talking cash here, so dollars is the unit. Now that's number 13. 14 has the same directions. Use the formula for simple interest to find the missing quantity. This one's not quite as simple. It's still the same formula. I equals P times R times T. Except this time they gave us the interest. They gave us this value right here. So I'm going to put the $2,010 right there. And then your principal is P. That's going to go here. So 6,700. R. Uh-oh, I don't see an R. So R just stays there. And then T is time. Time is 5 years. Here's the letter T. I'll put that in parentheses, and that's 5. Okay. When you have a letter next to a letter next to a letter, that means to multiply. P times R times T. And multiplication is commutative, which means you can multiply numbers in any order that you want. Like if I did 2 times 3 times 5. If I went from left to right, 2 times 3 is 6. And then 6 times 5 is 30. Or if I did the 3 times 5 first, that's 15, and then multiplied it by the 2, well, look at that. It's still 30. Or I could multiply the 2 times the 5 first, which is 10, and then take the 10 times the 3. Well, look at that. It's still 30. So it doesn't matter. You can multiply them in any order that you want. So what I'm going to do is, since I can't multiply times the R, I'm going to go ahead and multiply. Let's see, give me my pencil here. I'm going to take this 6,700 and multiply it times the 5. And when I do that, I get 33,500, and that's still multiplied times R. And then I can use that little trick that if two numbers are multiplied together and they give you an answer, you can take that answer, divide it by one of the other numbers, one of the two numbers, and it'll give you the other one. So grab your calculator, punch in, let me erase this. Come on, erase, 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 erase. You're going to put in the 2010 into your calculator screen first. Always the numerator is going to be divided by the denominator. and then hit your equals button or your enter button, and you should get 0.06. But that's not my final answer. My unknown variable was this r right here, which is rate. So I have to take this number and multiply it times 100 to get it into percent form. And so my final answer is 6%. Ta-da! All right, so those both involved simple interest.